Faith Kipyegon, 3 Olympic titles, 5 world titles, the most dominant female distance runner the sport has ever seen. She just walked away from her best event. Nobody outside her inner circle saw this coming. Faith Kipyegon is 32 years old. She is from Keringet, Kenya, and she has been the best 1,500-meter runner in the world for the better part of a decade. 3 Olympic gold medals in the 1,500 meters at Rio in 2016, Tokyo in 2021, and Paris in 2024. 5 world championship titles, 2 current world records, 1 in the 1,500 meters and 1 in the mile. She is the single most decorated woman in the history of her event. Her 1,500-meter world record stands at 3 minutes 48.868 seconds, set at the Prefontaine Classic in Eugene in July of 2025. She broke her own previous world record to set it and became the first woman in history to run the distance in under 3 minutes 49 seconds. She is still improving. That is what makes her choice in 2026 so confusing at first glance. She opened her outdoor season in the 5,000 meters, not the 1,500. She flew to China and lined up in a race she has run on the Diamond League circuit exactly once in the past decade. No points were on offer, no Diamond League title implications were attached, and yet here she was, standing on the track in Kipyegon in May 2026, racing a distance that most 1,500-meter specialists treat as a secondary event. To understand why she is doing this, you have to go back 3 years to Budapest. August 2023, the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary. Kipyegon arrived as the defending 1,500-meter world champion, which was entirely expected. What happened next was not. She won the 1,500 meters. That part was familiar. Then she went back on the track and won the 5,000 meters as well. 2 individual world titles at the same championship, in 2 different events across the same week. No woman in the history of the World Athletics Championships had ever done that before. She became the first. That double was not a coincidence. It was constructed. Winning both events at the same championship requires months of deliberate preparation. The 1,500 meters demands explosive speed and tactical sharpness. The 5,000 meters demands endurance, patience, and the ability to sustain fast pace across 12.5 laps. Running both in the same week at World Championship intensity means building a training base that serves 2 completely different energy systems at the same time. Kipyegon built that base and delivered on the biggest stage in the sport. Her 5,000-meter world record set the tone. At the Paris Diamond League in June of 2023, just weeks before Budapest, she ran 14 minutes 5.20 seconds, breaking the world record on her way to victory. That remains her personal best at the distance and places her among the fastest on the all-time list. Budapest was the proof that the concept worked. She could chase the double and win both. The question was whether she could push that concept into Olympic territory. At the Paris Olympics in 2024, the picture became clearer. Kipyegon won the 1,500 meters for the 3rd time in her career, taking Olympic gold as expected. Then she lined up in the 5,000 meters final and finished 2nd, taking the silver medal. The athlete who beat her was fellow Kenyan Beatrice Chebet. In the history of the Olympic Games, no woman has ever won both the 1,500 meters and the 5,000 meters at the same Olympics. Kipyegon came closer than any woman ever had. Gold in one event, silver in the other. 1 place away from history. The 2025 season extended the pattern. At the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Kipyegon won the 1,500-meter world title again, her 4th at that distance. She then ran the 5,000 meters final and finished 2nd behind Chebet. 2 consecutive major championships, gold in one, silver in the other. The same pattern both times. Chebet has been the one athlete standing between Kipyegon and the 5,000-meter piece of the double. In 2026, Chebet stepped away from competition, removing herself from the circuit for the year. The path in the 5,000 meters is more open than it has been since Kipyegon began targeting the double. On May 16, 2026, Kipyegon stood on the track in Kipyegon, China, for the opening Diamond League meeting of the season. Her event was the 5,000 meters. The 1,500 meters was on the schedule at the same meeting, with a full field waiting for her, and she did not enter it. She explained her thinking directly. I wanted to challenge myself early in the season and build strength. The 5,000 meters is great for that, and Shanghai is always a fantastic place to compete. She described the 5,000 meters as a different kind of test, built around patience and rhythm. The language she used around it was not the language of an athlete experimenting. It was the language of an athlete who has been thinking about this distance seriously. Her agent, Valentine Trau, confirmed that no specific time goal was attached to the Shanghai race. The idea is to get a test in racing and use the outcome as information towards the goals ahead later this season. Trau told that framing is important. She is not chasing a number in Kipyegon. She is collecting data, and athletes who treat early season races as data collection are building towards something beyond the current calendar. Her fitness base was already ahead of where it has ever been at this stage of a season. Before Shanghai, she ran a road 10-kilometer race in Monaco in February and won in 29 minutes 46 seconds. It was her first ever competitive road 10-kilometer race. The time was fast enough to be competitive against specialists in the event. Building aerobic capacity at road distances is part of how elite runners lay the groundwork for serious 5,000-meter campaigns, and Kipyegon was doing it in the deepest quiet of the off-season. The Los Angeles Olympics are in the summer of 2028. Kipyegon will be 34 years old. This is where the arithmetic of her career becomes urgent. An Olympic career has a natural window. At 34, running at the peak of her powers across 2 events in a single Games, Kipyegon will not have another opportunity after LA 28. If there is a moment to attempt the one thing in women's distance running that has never been done, this is it. What she is targeting is an Olympic double that has no precedent. No woman has ever won both the 1,500 meters and the 5,000 meters at the same Games, both individual event golds on the same Olympic track in the same week. The race distances demand different physical profiles. The scheduling demands the body can sustain effort at the highest level across multiple finals in a short window. It has simply never been achieved. She has already proven she can win both events at a World Championships. That happened in Budapest in 2023. She has already proven she can contest both events at an Olympics and come within one place of the double. That happened in Paris in 2024. The pattern of her career over the past 3 years is not a coincidence. It is a progression toward a specific goal. After Shanghai, Kipyegon heads to Eugene in July to race the mile at the Prefontaine Classic. She is also scheduled to run the 3,000 meters at the Monaco Diamond League meeting in July, adding another endurance race to a season where the longer distances are being threaded deliberately into her calendar. The 5,000 meters at Shanghai was the first step visible to the public. It will not be the last. What Kipyegon is attempting carries real risk and a real gap to close. Kipyegon's 14.05.20 personal best is elite, but with stars like Marta Alamayo and Medina Aiza rising, the standard for Los Angeles has surged. Winning will require her fastest run ever. Beyond speed, the 1,500-meter, 5,000-meter double carries a brutal physical cost. Still, her opener in Kipyegon proves this is a calculated mission. Having achieved the double in Budapest and gold-silver in Paris, the 32-year-old is now investing in the one Olympic feat never conquered by a woman. The track world may not know what to make of it, but by Los Angeles 28, they will.